Well, good morning, friends. Thanks so much for starting off your day with us here on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
And I'm Tim Pham. We're halfway through the work week, friends. Let's head on over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Thomas, you're tracking a pretty nice Wednesday, all things considered, because things are going to change in the next few days.
Yeah, I'm putting a lot of effort into this weekend's forecast when it's going to be a lot colder and a lot wetter overall, but let's still enjoy the warm weather while we have it. By the way, still seeing a little bit of light just starting to come in from the east. I mean, this time of year, we're gaining 3.5 minutes of daylight per day. And that's what the early spring season has to offer us. Right now, it's 45 degrees, actually pretty mild across most of the inland Northwest. 46 in Coeur d'Alene. That's a lot better than the last couple days where you were waking up to temperatures still in the 30s. So you still might need that light jacket for the morning, but something that you can peel off later on in the afternoon, because we'll go from the 40s still well into the 60s. Not a record today because the record is 70 in Spokane, so just out of touching distance there. But another really nice day for this Wednesday before temperatures will start to cool off from here.
The madness continues today with two more first four games tonight. First, Grambling will take on Montana State in Dayton. Tip-off is set for 3:40 this afternoon, and you can watch that game on True TV. So the winner of this game will play number 1 seed Purdue on Friday.
Also today, Boise State will take on Colorado and Charlotte. Tip-off for that game is tonight at 6:10. You can also watch it on True TV. Now, whoever wins will next take on the number 7 seed, Florida. So the madness just started last night as two first four teams punched their tickets to the tournament.
So the Colorado State Rams blew out the Virginia Cavaliers out of the water, 67-42, and the loss marks a continued drought for Virginia, which actually hasn't won an NCAA game in their tournament since their championship run in 2019. Now Colorado State will face 7 seed Texas in Charlotte tomorrow.
And in a nail-biter, Wagner beat Howard 71-68 last night. Came down to the wire. Howard just couldn't clinch it out. Now, it's the first tournament win in the program's history for Wagner. They'll now take on number 1 seed North Carolina in Charlotte tomorrow morning.
Well, let's get to some video. Also last night, fans gathered to cheer on WSU as they hit the road. They're traveling to Omaha, of course, to play in their first NCAA tournament in 16 years. Yeah, it's been a long time. The Washington State men's basketball team tips off against Drake tomorrow at 7:05 p.m. and you can watch that game on True TV. And with the madness already underway, KREM 2 is hitting the road.
That's right. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley is following along with the Cougs and joins us now from Omaha.
Hi, Up with KREM team. Amanda Rowley here. Check it out. Right here, this is where the WSU men's basketball team will be playing for the first round of March Madness here in Omaha. Check it out. It is the Chi Health Center. This is where all the fun is going to happen this week. So the Cougs playing against Drake this Thursday at 7:05 p.m. I can imagine there's gonna be a lot of people coming and going from this building over the next few days. Now, I did see across the street, one of the hotels in the area, quite a few fans already checking in, saw some teams checking in as well. I'm gonna be hanging out, coming and going from this area all day Wednesday and getting a lay of the land. I'll be taking you with me every step of the way and catching up with any Coug fans that are here to watch the Cougs play. For now, from Omaha, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
KREM 2 is your tournament central station, and we're helping you get ready for all the madness. Our team is tracking the Zags, Cougs, and Eags throughout the NCAA tournament, so make sure to join us tonight at 7 p.m. for a KREM 2 live tournament central special with our sports director, Travis Green. It's all the local sports coverage you need to know for March Madness. Again, join us tonight at 7 p.m. on KREM 2.
Turning to some of our other headlines this morning, after hours of deliberation, a jury found former Idaho State Police Trooper Daniel Howard guilty in the death of his wife. So this morning, our Brandon T. Jones is joining us live in Coeur d'Alene this morning with the latest. So Brandon, can you tell us, is there any idea on when we will hear his sentencing?
Yeah, good morning, Channing. Well, we're looking at May 23rd on when that sentencing will come down. And Daniel Howard is potentially facing life in prison without parole. And of course, that jury deliberations yesterday, those took several hours as the jury was making that final decision on what Howard would be charged with. Yesterday, they found him guilty of second-degree murder and domestic battery of his wife, Kendi Howard. The 57-year-old former trooper was arrested back on April 21st of last year in connection to the 2021 murder. Howard initially called police and reported that his wife shot herself. But when police arrived and investigated, it was determined the fatal gunshot wound on Kendi was not self-inflicted. Howard reportedly turned himself in after Kootenai County prosecutors obtained a warrant for his arrest several years prior, and according to our news partners at the Coeur d'Alene Press, Howard resigned from Idaho State Patrol in 2014 after he was suspended amid investigations into his alleged criminal activity in Bonner and Kootenai County. So over the last few weeks, that is when the trial took place. There was arguments from both sides, of course, and again, that sentencing is expected to come down on May 23rd. But for now, reporting live in Coeur d'Alene, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
It's 6:07. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. Happening now, Spokane County deputies are searching for a suspected bank robber in Spokane Valley. Deputies say a man with a gun robbed the First Interstate Bank on Sprague Avenue on Monday. Deputies say he may be in a gray or silver SUV, like a Jeep Cherokee or something similar. Investigators believe the suspect is 50 to 60 years old, 6 feet tall, and around 180 pounds. If you have any information, call the number there at the bottom of your screen. Well, the Seahawks' revamped defense continues to take shape. They signed defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins, who spent last year with the Cowboys. The Hawks also agreed to a one-year contract with safety Kevon Wallace. The four-year veteran split time last year with the Titans and the Cardinals. Wallace gives Seattle a third safety to team up with Julian Love and Rashawn Jenkins. Well, the World Ballet Company is heading to Spokane in the fall. They'll be performing Swan Lake at the First Interstate Center for the Arts on October 13th. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. They range only from $45 to $95, and tickets can be bought on ticketswest.com. That is a look at your morning rush.
New within the last 12 hours, a court of appeals put a Texas immigration law on hold just hours after the Supreme Court gave Texas the green light to enforce it. It now gives Texas law enforcement the right to arrest people they suspect crossed the border illegally. The appeals court did put the law back on hold, at least until they could hear arguments today. A Texas sheriff told CBS News that the state hasn't given any guidance on how this law should be enforced.
It's not like, oh, he looks illegal and we're going to put him in jail. We can't do that. You know, we can't stereotype someone, someone from Mexico and do that.
Other states looking to follow in Texas's footsteps will be watching the outcome of this case closely. Yesterday, Iowa State House gave final approval on a similar bill. It's now heading to their governor's desk. And taking a live look at the White House this morning, amid all of this debate, President Joe Biden is expected to arrive in Texas later today. Biden is the first president to land in the Dallas area in the last 10 years. The president is scheduled for 2 private campaign receptions around Dallas.
Time is 6:09. Still going to be plenty warm weather here locally, just not quite record-breaking, maybe just 5 degrees cooler than the last couple days. Yesterday, we did hit a new record high at 69 degrees in Spokane, tied it out of Pullman at 67, and broke it by quite a ways in Deer Park at 70 degrees, though today's high temperatures about 5 degrees or so cooler overall, but still plenty mild when you look at it that way. 64 in Spokane, 63 in Pullman, and 62 in Coeur d'Alene. The record is 70, though, for today. Temperatures are downhill into the weekend. 50s for Thursday and Friday, and then 40s for Saturday and Sunday with lots of rain chances incoming. We'll go in more detail about how those rain chances will develop here locally in my full forecast in less than 10 minutes.